Well, hello, everybody. We are about 30 seconds away from the warm-up time ending. This is the YouTube debut, so bear with me. I can't see comments or anything while I'm posting, so if something is going wrong for those that have my personal number, text me and I will do my best to fix it. It doesn't look like I have as many settings when it comes to my mic where I was trying to block out background noise and whatnot beforehand. So if it's a little louder this time, I apologize. I'll do my best to get the information to you as best I can. Bucs are in blue as they were this morning, and the Proctor rails are in gray. All right. 15 minutes up on the play clock, and puck is already down. Game underway. Proctor is going to be the first one to bring it up to Iowa's blue line. Blue line, Bucs recover it. Ostigan with that, bringing it out of the neutral zone. Got a shot off. It went wide. This time, Bucs battling it. Has double coverage behind him. Widland getting in there to help. Bryant trying to get it away off the boards, but Proctor going to be the one to pull it away. Widland being able to get on it. Shot goes off, deflected off with a face mask. Iowa picks up on the rebound. Another shot attempt. This one going to be pocketed by Proctor's tender. Down on the drop, it was Gordon there on center. Loose puck being trailed behind by Proctor as they bring it into Iowa's zone. Iowa able to clear it off. Iowa again recovers it. And this time it's Batten working hard to maintain possession of the puck as it goes into spectator's corner. Loses it to Proctor as he sends and dumps it around. Kept in the zone over on the far side by Anderson, I believe. Iowa chasing it down as it heads back deep into their own turf. Curley, number 9 for Iowa, sends it over to Anderson. Anderson back, picked up by Gordon along spectator's wall, followed up right along the boards to Osteen. Osteen to Batten. Batten again taking it down into spectator's corner. He has several men all around him. Proctor taking Flattery down. Marin calling for open shot as it hits glass. Osteen working around, going to take it around the backside of the net, looking to get it off to somebody out in front. Puck taken over by Proctor instead as they bring it out of their zone. Batten recovers it, sends it back to Marin on the D line. Proctor sneaks it off of the pass Marin intended for Gordon. The shot attempt, that one shut down by Sickles, who's in the net this time. Proctor again trying to put some money on it, unable to do so. Gets retrieved and kept inside the zone, though, by Proctor as they try to reset, working around. Backhand attempt into the corner, no good. Iowa working to get it out of the zone. Batten again this time, one out in front. Passes it back. Anderson there, gets it a little head of it, loses it, walked this time, picks it up, hits it hard inside of the neutral zone off of the wall. To be recovered by Proctor inside of their zone. They hit it off of the wall this time. Iowa dumps it back, hits the boards, backside of the net. Watch this time, putting some money on it. Hits dead center pads on the Proctor tender. Another shot attempt right out in front. Proctor going to pick up the loose puck out in front of their net. Sends it hard and fast as it hits it off of the wall at the red line. But it's going to go past the goal line without having anyone else touch it. Icing call. Iowa battling for it after the drop. Woodland there, cross ice pass. It gets picked up by Curley. Curley to Bryant. Bryant sends it around the backside, recovered by Woodland. He goes down on his feet, trying to use that stick and keep it in play. Ostigan was also in the mix there trying to help out, but Proctor's going to come away from the shuffle. Ostigan worked hard to keep it in the zone, couldn't do so, let everyone get back on side. Shot attempt, this one's going to go high wide. Proctor to respond to the loose puck, tries to bounce it off of the wall. Iowa keeps it in the zone, but Proctor's going to pull out of the scramble with it in the end, in and out of neutral zone, trying to set up and around, get around Iowa players. Defense blocking opportunities. Iowa to clear it out of the zone. Fitch over there on the far side, tried to pass it, got shut short. Recovered instead. Marin this time over on the far side, brings it into the zone, dumps it downrange. Proctor going to be the one to respond to it, brings it the rest of the way around. Flattery to respond, trying to get it over to Batten. Osteen on it. Osteen with the shot. This one no good. It's going to go wide and behind. It's like he got fumbled a little bit. And Osteen right on the post in the right spot, able to get that rebound, initially blocked by a Proctor goaltender. Finds that open corner, sinks it in. Scores 1-0, Iowa leading. Credit for that goal going to number 18, Kinnick Osteen, with an assist from Noah Batten. Rails bringing the puck out of their zone, in and out of neutral zone, and battling for it against Osteen. With Capper, backside of the net. Walked also getting in there, creating some distance. Capper able to come out of the wall away with the puck. Gets it centered up in the middle. Flattery leaving it behind. Batten picking it up. Batten with a hard shot. That one goes just wide. 9:39 in period 1. Iowa leading 1-0 over the Proctor Rails. Anderson on the drop for Iowa this time. There's going to be the Rails that pick it up. Send it back to their blue line, stopped by Iowa as they keep it in the zone. Ladd over there on the far side looking for somebody out in front to get it to. It's going to be stopped short instead by the Rails as they bring it in and out of neutral zone, continuing forward play into Iowa's zone. Pass crosswise sent for the Rails. Kicked out of line by Ladd. Iowa to pick it up, brings it back into neutral zone. Anderson running it hard and fast. Looks for a shot. Takes it. That one's going to be a save also again by the Rails. Iowa maintaining possession of the puck. Another shot high. Hits the board. Iowa maintains it, but loose puck is going to be found by the Rails. They come in and out of the neutral zone. Iowa fighting them for it. Capper going to be there along the wall. Sweeps it away. Rails respond. Changes hands a couple of times, but Bryant's going to come out of the mix with it. Only one out in front. Tries to work his way around. Looking for that cross-ice pass to Batten. Batten not able to fully connect with it. Rails going to bring it back into neutral zone. Iowa working hard to strip it off as they exchange players with puck possession. Iowa trying to dig it out of the far wall. Woodland getting in there to help out. Iowa trying to clear it out of the zone. Rails going to keep it in, make a hard shot. It's going to hit the boards off of the back and follow along backside of the net. Picked up spectator side. Iowa trying to clear it out. Capper trying to clear it. Woodland finding the lowest and open puck. Bryant running to catch up to it, but can't quite get there in time. As icing gets called against Iowa, we reset in front of Iowa's net. And the drop as Iowa comes out with it. Osteen forward pass up to Batten. Batten continuing it in. Hard shot taken. It's going to go wide. Both teams battling backside. Iowa trying to sneak it around. Osteen with this shot attempt. That one deflected away. Puck still in play. Batten again on it, trying to get it all the way up there. Iowa just on the wrong side of that Rails player. Can't connect. Capper sends it in, and while he was waiting, got a little apprehensive and dumping it. Dumped it when he still had a man off sides. Walk, number 7 for Iowa, clearing it out of neutral zone. Little hop to get over the Rails stick there as he tries to maintain possession of the puck. Walk looking to keep it in the zone, unable to do so with pressure from the Rails. Iowa defender going to bring it all the way back into their zone. Looking for somebody that's open, finds Osteen. Osteen takes it along the right wall, looking to get around, takes a shot, going to be deflected by the Rails. Rails trying to recover it, walked on him all the way up to the wall. Iowa keeps it in the zone. Batten again off of the wall, tosses it center out in front of the net, looking for somebody to connect, unable to do so. Far side walked again, keeps it in at the blue line. Can't tell who that player was, but Iowa player 33, Flattery, trying to get that one into the net, lost his footing and angle was off. Rails bring it back into neutral zone, but Iowa recovers, brings it back in. Single pressure out in front. Shot goes high, hits the wall in the corner. Iowa to respond and recover to it. Ladd here along the boards as well. Iowa player Flattery brings it in and out of neutral zone. Looking for an opening. Takes a shot. Again, it's going to go wide. Rails respond to it in the corner. Curley keeps it in. Curley to Fitch. Fitch trying to swing around. Can't find a clearance. Benning picks it up from the backside. Benning's shot attempt, no good. Hits the palm of goaltender. Rebound attempt, also no good as it fumbles out of play. Rails to recover it. Curley strips it off. Rails again recover it, bring it into the neutral zone. Backhand pass goes to no one. Rails are going to recover it and continue it forward into Iowa's zone. Ladd going to be the first one to respond to it. Backside of Iowa's net. Pressure comes in hard and fast from Rails player. Des Moines ends up dumping it back. Benning collecting it on the far side. Stripped off. Benning again to pick it up along the wall. Sends it hard and along the way. Anderson chasing it down. Rails first to respond to it. Can't stay on his feet. Fitch gets behind it. Fitch was trying to set up for a pass play. Couldn't rain it down. Gets it back to Anderson. A little too far out in front for him to recover. Fitch again from the backside. Keeps it in the zone at the blue line along the wall. Both him and a Rails player goes down. Anderson and another Rails come up to try to offer support. Dig it out of the wall. Puck clears out of Rails zone. Gordon to send it back in. Rails with possession of it. Anderson trying to slow him down, but he's going to be able to get around. Continues in and out of neutral zone. Inching his way up. Shot attempt is weak as it gets up to the goaltender. Goaltender blocks the first one away. Battles for it inside of a lot of skates. Iowa able to clear it out as it gets all the way back into Rails territory. Rails to pick it up at their goal line, try to send it a wall. Marin along the boards picks it up, sends it back in deeper into the corner. Widland there. This is going to be the first penalty of the game that we see at the 3:23-minute mark as Rails player sends Tate Widland, number 52, hard into the wall. It's going to be a 1.5-minute penalty assessed to the Rails. Iowa's first power play of the game. Cross-checking is the official penalty call on that one. Tate on center gets it back to Oskin. Oskin puts some money on it, just goes wide. Iowa to recover it at their goal line. Bring around, it's Widland, not Widland, Bryant, I believe, that was behind on that one. Iowa at the blue line, keeping it in the zone. Walk to Capper, up to Widland. Bryant fighting for it behind the net. Bryant sending the puck back. Retrieved by Oskin. Oskin tries to reset and send that in. And even though it was a great attempt at a save made by the Rails, it's going to find its way past the goal line and into the goal zone. So that brings Iowa up to a 2-0 lead. That goal being made on a power play. 2:52 left in period 1. Flattery on the drop. Rails going to come out of the mix with it. Des Moines to send it back out of their zone. Austin to Flattery. Flattery running it hard up, but he's going to get it knocked off of his stick by the Rails. Second goal of the game going to number 96, Oskin, for an unassisted goal. Rails came away with the puck trying to set up for an unassisted goal there as well. Puck gets a little out in front. Rails respond to it in the corner, try to send it back into center. Shot attempt goes wide. Iowa trying to recover for it. Ladd on that one gets taken out and goes headfirst down onto the ice. Just as the Rails saw themselves out of the box. Number 7 going to go back in. Another minute and a half power play for Iowa. So, call that they are putting online is a boarding call. Iowa again with this power play. Gordon on it, looking to reset, gets it around 1-2, takes a shot. We can hear it hit pads, deflected out, bending on the far side. Bending on the far side, looking to recover it. Marin trying to handle the puck, loses it off of his stick from the rails. Iowa off of the wall, gets it picked up by Fitch in the neutral zone, brings it into the zone. Hard shot, hits glass as it goes up high over the net. Benning back to Marin. Marin dumps it back to Benning. Benning center to Fitch. Fitch trying to spin it around. Loses momentum on that rotation by the Rails. Rails send it hard and deep into Iowa's zone, past the goal line. So in that last penalty, number 7 actually received 2 penalties, a 10-minute misconduct for boarding and a 2-minute. So they actually have 2 people in the box, so that when the 46 seconds remaining on that penalty is over, they'll be back to full strength. However, that particular player will be out for a full 10 minutes from the beginning of that second penalty. Looks like we had Woodland again on the drop for Iowa there, trying to set it up. Loses it off his stick. Rails send it back. Watt trying to keep it in the zone. Kind of bobbled over his stick there. As he sends it to Capper in the neutral zone, trying to reset. Rails are on him, offering pressure, and it's going to get kicked back in Iowa's zone. Watt's going to pick it up in the far corner, working around several players. Gets it to Woodland. Woodland sends it up. Looking to get it picked up by Batten. Batten sends it on back. Capper to receive it off of the wall, keeping it inside. Sends it to the far corner again. Batten trying to shake the tail, sends it back, looking into center. Rail's going to find that open puck. Sends it hard down range. Icing call. And the Rails are back to full strength with 38.6 seconds left in period 1, where Iowa's leading 2-0 over the Rails. Again, that player number 7 is going to remain in their penalty box for several more minutes as he finishes out his misconduct penalty. Iowa sending it back to their D line, over to Curley. Curley trying to get it on up. Iowa fighting to stay hang on it. Kinnick to retrieve. Goal line shot attempt. That one going to be saved and covered by the Rails goaltender. Flattery on point, getting it over to right winger Osteen. Curley trying to keep it in the zone. Curley was waiting to make sure everyone on sides gets it back in. Flattery and Osteen helping him out. Osteen staying on, trying to put himself in between the puck and that Rails player. Iowa keeps it in the zone. Ladd working to keep that one in. Osteen again on it. Going to send it back to Ladd. Ladd hard attempt sent up, stopped short. And buzzer number 1. All right. So, end of period 1, Iowa seeing a 2-0 lead over the Proctor Rails. We had several penalties, all coming from the Rails, giving them 4 minutes in the box. In addition to that particular playing, have a 10-minute for the misconduct. Both goals coming in from Iowa. As far as the shot count, Iowa 17 shots on goal and 4 shots on goal by the Proctor Rails. Both sides at full strength. Flattery on point for Iowa. Rails coming out of the mix, but not without pressure from Flattery and Batten. Flattery bringing it into the zone. Sends it left of the net. Rails pick it up, bring it around. Forwarding pass into neutral zone. Picked up by Iowa off of the wall. Ladd on that one. Ladd to Flattery. Flattery brings it back into the zone. Cross-ice pass to Osteen. Osteen connects with it off of the wall. Marin trying to come in and slow it down the rails as they picked up the loose puck. Unable to do so. Rails continue into Iowa's zone. Iowa able to strip it off. Both teams battling at the blue line trying to clear it out. Iowa able to dump it back. Osteen with it, looking for some help. Tries to send it out into center. No one there. Rails going to retrieve it. Bring it into the zone. Marin at the wall trying to slow down number 5. Number 5 loses his stick on the rails. Benning comes up from the back door. Picks it up. Sends it around the back side of the wall. Rails again at spectator's corner. Marin there also as they both battle for it. A lot of back and forth. Benning also getting involved, as is Anderson. Anderson to come away with it. Brings it around the backside of Iowa's net, up through the center. Anderson up to to Fitch. Fitch retrieving it in the corner. Gets it taken off of his stick by one. Proctor battling for it. Sends it out. Intercepted short of the goal by the Rails. Rails sends it back. Marin working to keep it in. Able to do so. Looking to send it back. Changes direction. Dekes it around. And sends it downrange to Benning. Benning with a shot. That one going to be deflected off of goaltender's stick. Rails sending it out of the zone. Rails going to respond to it first. Open in Iowa's zone. Kick it off of the wall. Fitch getting a stick in there. Bringing it back out of Iowa's zone. As they work bringing it forward. Fitch continuing to stay there looking to send it to somebody. Anderson not able to connect with it. Rails pick it up backside of their own net. Lob it forward. And it's a race to see who can get to it first. Iowa out in front is going to touch it first. Bring it around the backside of their own net. It's Gordon that's hard and fast. Maintaining possession all the way in and out of neutral zone. Going around 1-2 players. Gets a shot. And that one deflected up off of the glove by the goaltender, sends it up over the top of the net. Puck still in play as it's played over on the far side. Iowa keeping it in. Capper on that one. Fitch going to respond to it in the corner, but he's got pressure behind. Gets it knocked off of his stick by a secondary player. Iowa, Capper again on the blue line. Keep it in the zone. Capper gets taken down. Iowa spectators looking for a call. Not going to see one. Looks like Anderson over on the far side looking to get it to Oskin in the middle. Wasn't able to connect with it. Capper working really hard. Has several players on him. Oskin this time again. Centering it up to Woodland. Woodland with the shot attempt. And that one was a glove save. Nice work, though, by Iowa as they worked to set that one up. Oskin going to take point for Iowa, it looks like. Oskin sending it back. Bryant to pick it up. Rails tip it off. Iowa keeps it in the zone, sends it back. A bobble. Austin with his second goal of the game. It actually bobbled off of the Rails defender, hit ice, and then actually hit the Rails goaltender, bounced and went over his arm into the net. That one, another unassisted goal by Jethro. Iowa leading 3-0, 11:26 in period 2 left to play. Rails to respond to an open puck, backside of Iowa's net. Iowa battling for it. Rails pick it up just inside of the corner. Woodland chasing it down. We see some other Bucs players there. Open puck on the far side now. Sent up into center by the Rails. Can't connect with it. Iowa to reclaim it. Looks like this is Austin again that brought it in and out of the neutral zone. Rails going to strip it off and send it back. Ladd trying to chase him down, add some pressure, but not until Rails can get a shot off. Sickles sticking that hand out there and catching that one. It looks like we had Flattery on drop for Iowa. Flattery going to get it back to his D line. Anderson looking to send it up back to Flattery in the middle. Flattery has one around, sends it off, but it's going to get lost in the sweater of Rails player. Finally comes back down to the ice. They play it up and forward. Marin to chase it down this time. Picks it up, changes direction, sends it down along the boards. Batten tries to recover it in the neutral zone. Iowa quick race to pick it up in the corner. Flattery responds to it, but has one on his tail. Going to send it up in center, picked off instead by the Rails as they send it back into neutral zone. Marin to respond and pick it up inside of Iowa's net. Rails come in, able to get some attention on the puck, sends it up to Sickles, who again covers that one. Anderson on drop for Iowa. It gets back to Benning. Benning as well as Fitch trying to work it off of the wall. Puck clears the zone, but it's a battle trying to dig it away from the boards. Several members on both teams. And ref calls it dead. We're going to reset center ice. Sorry. Going to drop it on the red spot, far side there. Anderson again on center. Benning trying to get in the mix. Rails stay with it. They back pass it. No one there. Rails pick it up out of the corner. And at 9:30, Rails get their first goal of the game as it's sent to them out of the corner, center ice in front. He's able to find that open top corner. 9:30 period 2, Iowa leading 3-1 over the Rails. Puck is down. It's going to be retrieved by Rails D line as they forward it up in the neutral zone and carried into Iowa's turf. Rails working hard to maintain possession of it. Going to pick it off of the back wall. Sends it out in front of the net. No one there to pick it up, so Rails are going to retrieve it in the neutral zone. Oskin picking it up. Brings it in and out of neutral zone. Cross ice pass intended for Bryant. Bryant retrieves it off of the wall, but he's got a tail on him. He tries to send it into center. Rail's going to come away with it, bring it hard and fast in a neutral zone. Iowa trying to slow him down. Woodland coming from the back end. create a little bit of a diversion. Iowa able to recover it. Austin again with one in front. Gets a shot off. That one hits pads again. Goaltender has to fish it out of his pads. Flattery on the drop, gets back to Marin at the blue line. Marin handing it off over to Gordon. Gordon with a hard shot attempt. It's going to go wide. Rails respond, pick it up. Running it along the boards. Flattery slows him down. Recovered by Batten. Batten trying to get a shot off. It's picked off of his stick. Batten to pick it up again off of the corner. And somehow from almost behind the goal line, able to get one in, and it's deflected in. Iowa getting goal number 4 at 8:02 in period 2. Iowa now leading 4-1. That goal made by Batten. Scoreboard had the wrong score on it. That's been fixed. Rails working hard to get it in. Iowa defense not letting them have it. Walked getting out of there, and Walked picks it up. Shot goes off. Deflected, goes way high. Rails bring it out of their zone, trying to deke around. Flattery stops it, loses it off of his stick. Capper had it, but we hear a whistle. We're going to see walked number 7 for Iowa going into the box. 1.5 minute penalty kill coming towards Iowa for tripping. Back on the drop, Iowa with one man down. Fitch trying to get it off of Rails before he dumps it. Takes a shot attempt. It's going to go wide. Single Bucs, now double Bucs trying to dig it off of the board. It was Ladd getting some backup assistance from Fitch. Rails keep it in the zone. Continue to try to get the stick from bobbling up in the air. Get it back down on the ice. Puck clears. Iowa keeps it into the neutral zone, just crossing the blue line temporarily. Anderson on it, goes ahead and pulls back, resets. Forwards up to Fitch in the neutral zone. Fitch with 2 out in front, tries to get around, gets around the first one, loses momentum and goes way wide. Loses his feeding. It was a double trip moment. No call on either team, but the Rails are going to come away with the puck out of their zone and now to neutral zone. Sends it cross ice just inside of the blue line. Attempt for a shot goes off, but it's going to go way wide. Picked up in the corner. Iowa to clear it out of the zone. Anderson again on this one, bringing it hard and fast, but he has a tail on him the whole time, trying to confuse him, change direction, sends it back along the rails. Rails going to pick it up, get it out in the neutral zone. Curley to respond to it and sends it back. Iowa changes out some of their players as Rails reset with the puck, looking to clear it out of their zone. Benning, who comes back in, keeps it inside of the blue line, tries to dump it back in deep. Only the Rails available to respond. They bring it around the backside, but Benning is on him. Benning gets it off to Woodland. Woodland sends it back along the boards, going the other direction. Proctor again there to respond to it and continue forward progression of it. Benning tried to slow it down, but it's going to come into neutral territory, picked up by the Rails as they continue forward. Curley in the far corner, getting it to Woodland as they change and bring it out of neutral zone. Woodland to pass it off to Oskin. Oskin with a shot. That one's going to hit the boards hard. Woodland recovers it. Look to send it back in the center by Oskin. Down on a knee. Marin up on the far side looks to send it, but it's going to be deflected by the Rails. Marin to pick it up again. Sends it back. Iowa connects. They lose it as it ricochets off of the pads. Woodland tries to get back there and just can't get the right angle on it. Marin keeps it in the zone, bounces it off the boards to Benning. Benning to recover it, gets it back to Marin. Marin keeps it in, looking to send it to somebody, hits it off of the pads of the rails. After all that, rails finally to get in on it, and the scramble break it free as it travels all the way back into Iowa zone. Oskin to recover it. Comes around player number 1, but gets taken down from the backside. Marin to help recover it. Austin again reclaims it as it goes inside the line. Woodland keeping it in the zone. Bryant now picking up the loose puck. He's got 2 out in front. Tries to get a shot attempt off of the side. Goalie thought that he had covered it. Loses focus. Iowa trying to find it underneath him. Marin down as he battled for it with a Rails player. Rails taking it over, bringing it into the neutral zone. Iowa strips it off as it passes into their zone. Bryant on that one as he sends it back into neutral territory. Only person to respond is a Rails player. Proctor brings it back into Iowa's zone, taken off of his stick again by Bryant. Bryant getting it to Gordon. Gordon sends it up in the zone. Woodland with control of it. Out in front of him a little bit. He's able to reconnect. Sends it. Going to go wide along the boards in the back. Oskin peeling it off of the wall. Shot attempt. His is going to go wide right of the goaltender. Iowa sends it backhanded at the net. Gordon keeping it in the zone. Bryant to pick it up backside. Gets it to Oskin in the middle. Oskin with another shot attempt. Lots of power, but bad angle. Walked, working to keep it in the zone, but it's going to get pushed from the rails on the backside. Walked picks it back up at the red line after Iowa's reset. Continues it on the boards. Trying to get his stick back down onto the ice so he can play on the puck. Rail's going to come up from underneath and grab it. Sends it all the way down to Iowa's goaltender. Iowa decides to go ahead and just deflect it out of the way. Gets it back to Flattery. Flattery passing it to Batten. Just outside of the blue line. Batten with the shot attempt. That one going to be deflected. That one going to be shut down and saved. Excuse me, by the rails. 2:37 left in period 2. Score stands 4-1 Bucs over Rails. Iowa with 24 shot attempts. Rails with 8 at this point. Flattery on the drop, trying to get it back to his D-man. Batten sending it over to Capper, and Capper trying to get it up in center, but it's going to be intercepted instead by the Rails. Brought into neutral zone. A little bit of a shuffling at the red line. Rails recover it, bring it into Iowa's zone. Walked in on the mix. Change it up. Rails with the shot attempt, but it's going to go wide. Iowa recovers it, sends it forward off of the wall. Rails recover it, kept it in the zone for a minute until Flattery was able to pick it off. Flattery to Curley. Osteen over in the corner responding and picking it up. Gets it sitting back to Capper. Capper keeping it in at the blue line. Capper up into the middle. Osteen getting a shot attempt. That one going to go just on the outside rail. Puck goes high. Walked, picks it up, sends it along the rails. Picked up on the far side. Iowa not able to keep that one in. But Walked going to be the first one to be able to pick it up and respond to it as it goes all the way to Iowa's goal line. He gets it to Flattery. Flattery brings it into neutral. Carries forward progression, but he's got 2 to get around in front of him. Takes a shot attempt. Stopped short by Rails defense. Iowa right behind trying to pick up that rebound. Walked, sticks his stick out there, trying to slow it down, unable to connect with it. Capper going to pick it up for Iowa. Send it hard around backside of Iowa's boards, but as the Rails come off of the off of the bench, they pick it up. Iowa loses footing. Benning on it. Benning with the shot attempt. Kind of went over it. Anderson trying to pick up his leftovers. Benning not able to connect. Looks like it was Fitch with an attempt. Rails ultimately coming away with it, taking it all the way up to Iowa's net with a shot attempt. That one going to be saved. 26 seconds left on the clock. Puck is down, and it really hadn't even left that drops point. Finally, as it clears out of the red circle, it's the Rails that have it. Shot attempt stopped short by Iowa as they reclaim the puck. Anderson, hard and fast, tries to get it up to Bidding in the middle. Bidding taken out. Puck and play. Fitch back there. Fitch back there trying to get it centered back up. Declan went down hard, holding his head. We're leading 4-1 as we head into the final period. This is a dramatically clearer game than the one we had this morning, where we actually went 45 minutes past our normal ending time. Iowa with 24 shots on goal against Proctor's 8. We'll see another 15 minutes put up on the game clock here in about 30 seconds as we head into the final period of the game. Bucs dancing subtly, but still dancing. Iowa at the drop. Rail is going to come out of the mix with it. Hard and fast into Iowa's territory. Looking to reset. Shot goes off. Deflected out. Iowa defenders working with sickles. Cleared out in front of the net. Far corner. Oskin clearing it out of the corner. Rails keeping it in the zone. Iowa going to fight for it along the boards. Trying to clear it out yet again. Again, we have two players right here in front of the ref that go down. Iowa with a nice little love tap. Hit it up off the wall. Woodland was there to recover it, trying to get somebody in center. Rails knock it off of their stick. Picked up by Gordon in the neutral zone. Oskin was there, but it's going to be taken off by the Rails. Brought in and out of neutral territory. Rails with the shot attempt. It's going to go wide. Bounces and is in the spectator corner. Iowa sends it back the direction it came. Rails keeping it in the zone. Marin getting in the mix just to add some distance. Hoping Oskin gets an opportunity to pick it up. Spectator wall, both sides trying to peel it away. Bryant losing line of sight there. Bryant with the puck, going to clear it out of the zone. Rails try to tap it back in. Unable to do so. Woodland to Oskin. Oskin with the hard shot. Oh, man, missed it just to the left by like an inch. Rails recover it in neutral. Bring it into Iowa's zone. He's got pressure by Flattery. Flattery loses his stick. Looking to recover it. Marin looking to send it to somebody. Sees Flattery out in the open. Just has no stick to play it on. Instead, hands it over. Iowa this time. Brought it. Looks across ice. Send it to Osteen. Just a little too far out in front. Osteen can't connect. In all that shovel, Osteen had sent it to Flattery and Batten both there trying to help, but they lose possession of it again to the Rails as it comes back into Iowa's zone. Osteen with it. Nice open ice. Sends it to Flattery. Flattery with the shot right up the middle. Goaltender deflects it partially with his helmet. Puck sent back into neutral zone. Capper to send it up to Flattery. Flattery tosses it into to the Rails zone. Rails respond, send it back. Capper trying to keep it out of. Walked it trying to keep it out. Capper now this time to pick it up. Up to Osteen. Osteen bringing it into the zone. Osteen with the shot attempt, and that one no good. Looks like Marin was out there for a minute, and when he couldn't find his stick, went back to the bench and left his stick out there. So he has that back. Anderson on the drop, gets it over to Fitch. Fitch tries to backhand it up into center. It's received by the Rails. Rails send it down line. And Ladd going to be the first one to respond to it inside the Bucs zone. Going to take it around, stops, and changes direction. Backside of their out. Sends it up and forward to Benning. Benning carrying it into the neutral zone. Benning maintains possession of it, but loses it along the wall as he passes into Rails territory. Iowa working hard right in front of the net. Fitch there. Benning on the other side. Rails defense cleared out from in front of their goal. Rails with possession, bring it in and out fast of the neutral zone. Rails with a shot off. Goes center on Stickles as he keeps a hold of that one. 10:55 left in period 3. So far, no goals made in this period. Iowa able to come out of the drop with it. Fitch looking to send it to somebody. No one there. Anderson able to pick it up with Benning's assistant. Anderson going to get a shot off. Deflected as it by the goaltender. Iowa keeps it in the zone. Fitch to reset. You can hear it thump right off of the chest pads of the Rails player that he hit it off of. Puck clears out of the zone, picked up in neutral territory. Gordon there gets it up to Benning. Benning brings it back into Rails territory. Rails clear it out from in front of their net after Benning's shot attempt was short. Marin looking to race after it. Stops short instead and lets Gordon have it as he sends it up the rails to Benning. Benning in and out, or past the line. Left the puck behind him. Rails pick it up, send it back. Gordon with it this time, so he's going to take it around the Bucs net. Gets it almost taken off of his stick in the corner. Gets it all the way up to Oskin. Oskin by himself, but he's got two in front. Takes a hard shot, and that one going to be scooped out of the air. Iowa at the drop. It's going to fall back in a neutral zone. Woodland taking it off of Walk's hands. Woodland with the shot attempt. That one going to hit center glove of the goalie, deflected way up high, hitting net or on the back side of the goaltender. Bryant this time battling it out against the wall. Oh, gets it up to Woodland. Woodland has it bounce off his stick in between his feet and loses it. Rails to pick it up in and out of neutral zone. Bryant comes in from behind, strips it off, slows it down, but once it's already crossed into Iowa's zone. Rails set it up. Shot attempt. deflected and then sent away by Sickles. Woodland over on the far side to Oskin. Oskin clearing it out of the zone. Oskin with full pressure, not passing it off, passes it to Capper. Walked, going to pick up the sitting puck inside of the zone, tries to send it up. Bryant in the way, loses it. Bryant loses his footing, as does the Rails player that tripped him up. Woodland with a shot off. That one stopped short off of the goalie's pads and covered. Flattery on the drop and not able to look for the puck as he's being held up. Batten in the corner over to Anderson. Anderson to Curley. My bad, that was Ladd to Curley. Rails trying to clear it out. Ladd, keep it, and bounces it back to the line. Rails send it back in a neutral zone. Picked up by Curley as he forwards it up to Osteen. Osteen working around. Inches his way up. Shot attempt. Going to hit off of the pads. Rebound attempt. Also no good. Osteen again this time. Batten again trying to get in on it. Rails clear it out. Rails in and out of neutral zone. Ladd out in front slows them down. They both have to turn and go find the puck. Curley on it this time with pressure. Rails center it up. First attempt no good. Second attempt no good. Third one no good. Sickles continuing to smack him away. Almost like he was losing his glove, unable to flip that hand over and cover it. Was trying to. Play called dead as his net came off of the posts. Iowa trying to peel it out. Able to find and connect with it. It's 96 for Iowa. 98. Rails reclaim it in their zone, send it back into neutral territory. Anderson on it, off the wall right here in front of us. Rails to come out, owned away with it. Brings it into Iowa zone. Benning trying to slow him down, as is Gordon. Puck picked up by Iowa over in the far corner. Works around rail number 1, sends it along the boards all the way down range. Woodland on the drop for Iowa, getting it through ref's feet and even sticking his stick through there, trying to dangle it out. Marin on the puck. Along the wall. Shot by Marin, and it's no good. Deflects off of the pads. Sent over to the far side. Good attempt there. Oskin picks it up. Oskin this time with a shot. Wide and picked up in the other corner. Capper coming in off of the back. Tries to pull it off of the wall. Rail's going to get on it and send it back out. Walk to collect on it. Back in the neutral zone. Rails tip it back, but Capper picks it up. Continues forward progression into Rails zone. Tries to dump it back, but the puck's going to be intercepted by the Rails. They bring it in neutral zone. Walked this time, picks it up again. Walked around 1. Tries to turn it around, loses it in the corner. Rails going to be able to respond to it. Capper keeps it in the zone. Capper back to Oskin. Oskin with the hard shot up and forward is going to go just short of the net. Capper again. Ooh, trying to keep it in. First attempt, no good. Second attempt, a little bit more successful. Rails are going to get on it and send it back. Rails out all alone. And she gets that one just up over the shoulder of Sickles. At 5:06, Proctor making their second goal of the game. Score stands 4-2. Bucs winning. Iowa with 30 shots on goal so far. Proctor with 11. Puck is down. Flattery on the point. Picks it up. Gets it in and out. Moves around. Gets some help from Batten on the back. Batten with the shot attempt. Shot short. But Batten comes in, picks up his scraps. And the Bucs immediately answer to that last Proctor goal with one of their own. 4:57 left to play in this final period. Iowa leading now 5-2. Flattery again on the drop, same as before. Brought it in. Osteen in the corner, trying to get it back to Batten, but it's going to be Flattery that picks it up around the backside, trying to tuck it into the corner there. Rails send it along. Batten to pick it up on the far walls. Iowa trying to keep it in. Ladd able to do so. Ladd to Batten. Batten off of the wall. Rails find it. And give it some money and sends it all the way down range. Rails come out with it in and out of neutral zone. Iowa fighting them for it all the way up to the blue line. Gordon and Fitch both in there. Anderson running, going to pick it up on the far side. Get some help from Benning and Capper. Anderson again picking it up. Clears out a neutral zone. Has one tail behind him. In the corner. Sweeps it down. Capper to pick it up. Capper sends it up. Intended for Fitch. Fitch trying to pull it off the wall. Gets it centered. Benning and Anderson not able to connect with it. In the corner, it changed hands a couple of times and looks like it comes down. Picked up by Capper at the red line, trying to send it back in. Rails respond to it. Send it back again. Benning try to respond to it. Everyone bringing their shovels out, trying to dig it off of the wall. Iowa going to send it back into the zone. Benning going to pick it up backside of Bucs net, sends it up to Anderson. Anderson loses it. The Rails knock it off of his stick, try to pull it away from the wall. Anderson tried to scoop it out, can't do so. Sickles trying to deflect the first one. Rebound gets bobbled up and in, actually hits the backside of the net and bounces out. But at 2:40 left to play in the game, Proctor increases their score to 3. Bucs still with a 2-goal lead. Oskin on drop. Woodland chasing it down. Rail's going to toss it back at their blue line. Picked up by Oskin and brought in. He has Bryant out there to help him out. Oskin with the shot attempt, and it stopped short. Iowa couldn't get there in time to pick up the scrap. Goaltender sends it out. Rail send it way far down range and receive another icing whistle. Austin again on drop for Iowa. Gets it sent back. Curly keeping it in the zone. Curly sending it on over to Walk. Walk with a hard shot. Going to go wide. Hits the backboards. Iowa picking it up in the corner. Trying to deke around. Bryant on it. Working hard. He gets it centered out in front. Rails are there. Cleared out in front of their net. Iowa stays with it. Austin again trying to reset. Bryant going to pick it up off of spectator's wall. Loses the puck under the skate of the ref. Able to come away with it in the end. Trying to sweep it around. And Widlin punching the clock. Widlin, number 52, going to see that goal with an assist from Bryant, number 3. Bucs new score, 6-3 over the Rails. And we're just under 2 minutes. Flattery on point for Iowa. Marin trying to stick a stick out there, get it back in. Osteen working on recovering it, brings it into the zone. Sweeps it across to Batten. Batten losing it for a second to the Rails. Rails are going to send it down line. Put a little too much gas in that Chevy and sends it all the way down. Flattery again getting it sent over. 63 for Iowa. Ladd sends it all the way up. Iowa fighting hard to reclaim it. And loose puck comes way out in the open. I believe it was Bucs that put the money on it that time. There was no icing call. Ladd to Marin. Marin to Osteen. Osteen to Flattery. Flattery centering it up. Marin there trying to slow it down. Can't connect with it fully as Rails pick it up into the neutral zone. Marin stopping it outside the line. Somebody please remind me to go back and screen record that portion. And we can all take a guess as to what Xander was saying. 30 seconds left. Gordon on the puck behind Iowa's net. Forwards it up, intended for Anderson over there. Going to be stopped short and intercepted instead by the Rails. Rails trying to set another one up. Gets it tapped off by Osteen. Bucs take it back. Everybody again trying to dig it off. 8 seconds. Iowa sends it out of the corner. Rails keep it in the zone. And Marin in that far corner battling it. That's the final buzzer. Bucs are 2-2 this weekend. A win followed by a loss. Starting the day off with a loss and ending the weekend with a win. Final score, 6-3 over the Proctors. Well, guys, it was great. Hopefully the YouTube works and it's a preferred method for those that have access to the Facebook group. If you want to let us know how things went, it's greatly appreciated so we know the best place to stream the games for you guys watching from afar. As always, thanks for the support. Have a great rest of your day.